I don't know what to say about that, y'all. I was walking around the road calling, and oh Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh, looky here, looky here. Two beards. Give me a minute. Well, we've been blessed again. We got up this morning, went to a farm that's usually full of birds. Carried a boy that worked with me. Got out of the truck. Didn't hear anything at the crack of daylight. Everything was chirping and hollering, but no birds. So jumped back in the truck and came to another farm about an hour away. Been working around all morning trying to find a bird, walking around an old logging road. Hadn't heard anything. It's pushing 9 o'clock. It's after 9 now, but it was pushing 9 o'clock, and I was just walking around the road calling about every 100 yards probably. Anytime I got to a break in the mountain, a ridge, a holler or something, I'd call. And hadn't heard anything. Heard a hen, heard one hen, and I think I bumped her because I heard her putting. And went another couple 100 yards. Seen a couple hen tracks in the road. And then I walked up over a lip and was about to call. And there was a big doe standing right in the middle of the road. I was on a little rise and the road made a little turn. And she was standing right in that turn. And she was just staring at me, so I just stopped. I didn't want to spook her. And I thought she was so big-bodied, I thought it might have been a buck. And I was going to dig my binoculars out. I was reaching in the back of my vest, digging for my binoculars, and she was just kind of staring at me. And she was probably 25, 30 yards. And she took off running. Well, when she took off running out of the road, unknown to me, probably less than 10 yards behind her was Mr. Double-Bearded Tom. He hammered, had not gobbled at any of my calls, and I just squatted down by a tree, and he was just drumming and strutting. I could hear him dragging his wings. That's how close he was. He was in the road, and I just waited. I figured he'd strut his way up the road because he had obviously heard me call. And I sat there and waited, and I didn't have to wait long. I clicked the GoPro on, and he picked his head up and looked and put it back down, and I couldn't see for the bend in the road. And then he scooted out just a little bit and picked his head back up and put it back down, and I shot him in full strut, probably 25 yards. I'll step it off when I get ready to leave. But he's got a nice double beard, got some 1-inch spurs probably. There's no footage of it. I mean, you can probably pick him out for a split second before I pull the trigger on the GoPro. and you might be able to hear a little drumming. But I've been blessed with 2 in 2 days. I was off to a rough start in the beginning that looks like the good Lord's letting it straighten out and get a little better for me here. But we're gonna try again in the morning, see if we can't find another one. That's 2 in 2 days, and this one's got 2 beards. I don't know if y'all see them there. There's one. And of course there's the other one. Pretty good beards. Pretty good bird. Can't complain, won't complain. I made a mess of him. I shot him all to crap in strut. But he was looking my way and I was sitting kind of in the road up against a tree. But there was no backing behind me. I'll show you. He was here. I was right there. And this little lip right here kept him from seeing me whenever I came up and stopped up there in the horizon to see the doe. And I just had to wait for him to come right on out here where I'm at now. And I was sitting against them 2 trees right there. And I just had 30 yards tops. I was fortunate. All right, well, I'm fixing to load him up, walk him back to the side by side. Y'all have a good one.